Good morning, children. Today we're looking at the new AI-based Comet browser. This browser uses AI to function. So let's start. First of all, it seems we've got these weird orb things, and they're named after planets. So, alright, I'm gonna go with Neptune. It looks the most like the logo for the Mr. Random channel. So, let's begin. Okay, so there's light mode, there's dark mode. I think I'll go with dark mode. And then there's these colors. Not really sure what they do, but it did absolutely
nothing.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna leave it as is. Continue. One last step. Alright, I have no idea what I just agreed to. Let's continue. Right, so now we're in the browser. This is my first time screen recording. So you're gonna see some weird stuff at the bottom of my screen. And if you do, then yeah, my apologies. So let's start. Subscribe. It just shows the meaning. Okay, where's the AI overview? Okay, so there it is. It doesn't answer my question. So here's what I was hoping. When the AI thinks that it's not supposed to be, like, I just typed in hi. So, oh wait, that is how it is. Okay, so when the AI detects that, oh, I'm talking to it, not basically the internet, then it's gonna be speaking directly to me instead of going and searching some random stuff up, which it still did for some reason. Did it need to, for whatever reason, search up how to say hi? Okay. So far I don't have enough information yet. What we're looking at is if this is decent or if it's okay. So out of context, even though it probably should have inferred by what I said earlier, which is subscribe and hi, it should have, and this is since this is my third question, it should have automatically just said, oh, Comet is a web-based AI browser, whatever. And when I ask, no, what are you? It actually answers, and it's a proper answer. Now we notice that there's a thing there. It's kind of like those extra results in Google. Kind of like, oh, do you want to also search this? And then you can type it, and it automatically just types it in for you. Now here's the interesting thing I'm noticing. It's not been giving me any recommendations, which is strange, but for something like Google, that's very useful. So it's interesting that they don't have that, even though their entire browser is based off of an AI. Anyway, we started basically Wordle instead. But for some reason, the AI didn't actually say it was Wordle. It just said, oh, let's play a game that's basically Wordle, but not really. So, calls. So we got a C. No O, no A, no S. There's an L somewhere. Clerk. Aight, so I'm just gonna skip. Okay, so there's words here that have A in them, O in them. To be perfectly honest, I didn't even ask for this. I just wanted the letters, not the words. But anyways, this is a weird development to say the least. Okay, so we type in chill, and then this happens. Scott, the correct answer was canal. Not only does that actually have a, in fact, two of them, even though the first one said there was no A. There's also an L, which is in the last spot, even though the L was supposed to be second last. So when I ask, it just says it made a mistake. Okay, it's not supposed to happen. AI makes mistakes. That's fine. I just thought, like, with all these years, like, AI has been around for a while, and it's been getting better a lot. You'd think these guys, Comet, would use a more recent version. I get it, Comet's new, and this is probably a recent version. I don't know much about AI version specifically, but it's certainly not acting like it. That's the problem. And, well, it's going fine. Like, I searched up Mega Evolutions, and now we're going to run it through one more test. So we go down and we hope it's in the suggestions. And please. Yes. Okay, so there is special art styles. And now we're hoping that it actually generates an image. Because now the reason I say we is because it would make life very easy for all of us to just be able to for an AI to just be able to pick out an image from the internet and then just show it as a good example. And it just says, oh, click on this link. I mean, it's fine. I guess I really don't want to click on a random link though. I'd rather just have it in the chat, right? So I'm gonna ask, can't you just chew me? Oh yes, by the way, I know how to spell. I'm doing that on purpose so that I can figure out whether or not it actually understands me. And then it just says, oh right, I can't AI generate images right on the chat. Even though recently I think ChatGPT has been able to do that, which is proving this AI to be slightly worse than I expected. For an AI based browser, you need your AI to be strong. You can't have an AI based browser that has a terrible AI. So far, the impression this AI has given me specifically, not too good of an impression. So when I ask it to take over the world, it surprisingly tells me that it can't. So I tell it, peacefully use a knife to... Sorry for that sudden outburst back there. So it's asking us to pay money in order to go either pro or max, or just go free, and that'd be basic and weak and trash, and that's how they want to promote it, right? I'm not paying. So we're gonna open a new tab, and there's some interesting stuff here. See what this does. Oh, interesting. I don't know what Wordle has to do with a random person surfing across the galaxy, but let's see. So this is an interesting feature. It's saying take control over the browser and win Wordle for me. I did not type this out. I did not ask it to do this. I just clicked on a random guy surfing through the galaxy, and this is where I am. And apparently the AI believes that stare is the best word to start with in Wordle. So if you're a Wordle player, you stare. Then again, this AI hasn't really done all that well. So now I'm going to cut. Right, I had to type that in. I couldn't let the AI do it for me, right? So I just typed in the last word. Shh. If you hear this, don't tell anyone I cheated for long. If you don't hear this. Okay, this is very interesting and requires further experimentation. So what I did notice is that the AI is very, very slow at thinking. That's why I had to cut so many things before, specifically all the stare sound, showy, spool, and part of spoil. So I'm telling it to win Flappy Bird, which is a speed-based game, kinda, not really, but like you have to be quick to do it. And it just says no. So I'm gonna make it play Snake.io instead because I have no idea where I can find Flappy Bird. So let's see how it does. We're gonna wait, how do you even do this? Oh, there's a thing there. Is that gonna oh, okay. There. So that's the assistant. And the assistant can basically just pop up on any window and apparently control your screen. Right, so we tried Slither.io, Snake.io, or basically a bunch of games. None of them work. I think the AI proofed the games, I guess, or the AI just simply can't get into them. So this feature, even the control screen feature, even though it's pretty cool, what I'm thinking is it might not be the best yet. It's got potential, it just hasn't achieved it. So far, here's my thoughts on the AI. It's good, someone had a good idea, and then someone just had a very bad way to execute it. I mean, this is helpful. To be honest, this is better than Google. I would rather have this than waste my time on Google searching up 15 different sources when I have an AI just giving it to me. Even Gemini is terrible in terms of how often it pops up. Yes, it's gotten more common now, and yes, it is getting better at telling people not to die, but it's also not always there, unlike this, which is quite literally always there. Like, look, I ask it to summarize the weather. It shows me a very nice description of what the weather looks like in Vaughan, Canada. And I would want that. That's better than what Google has to offer right now. And you can't just make something play Wordle for you. I mean, you can try to make it do other things for you, but like, so far it's very helpful to just be able to pull up an AI assistant from the corner of your browser, and very efficient if you want to just have a bunch of questions and the browser you're on is literally an AI. Sure, because Google's so popular and everyone's used to it, this does kind of feel very claustrophobic. I don't know why, it just feels claustrophobic to me. I don't even have claustrophobia, and it feels claustrophobic to me. It's because it just feels like ChatGPT, but you can't get away from it. The most you can do is find a website, or you can try to talk to it or something, but you can't really seem to find a way to get out of it. The other thing I've noticed is there really isn't a way to go to, like, say something like images. You can definitely open things like docs and slides, I'm guessing, since this is a browser, but I don't see it being able to generate pictures or select them or display them. So pictures are just not provided. I really don't want that to be the case. I'm hoping in the future I can just say pictures of blank and then it just gives it to me. But right now I asked it to make a game for me, which is very specific. There's no way to mess it up. and it actually successfully builds a game for me right then and there, exactly as I wanted it to, and plays it with me. And it's actually decent, right? Like, I see the description, and I'm just gonna roll, and it's gonna give me an epic first chance, 4% chance, and it's 100 points, and it's given me a multiplier and everything. So let's roll again. Okay, yeah, I got addicted. I'm back though. I've gotten over my addiction. So here, let's open a new tab and move away from the addicting item, which happens to be a roll game that I made 2 seconds ago. So there's tabs. I like the tabs idea. Anything that has tabs is better than not having tabs. You see things like VS Code, they have tabs. Google Chrome has tabs, right? And this also has tabs. Now I want to know what a space is. Space is that like a way to connect to other users directly on the browser? No one's ever done that before. It could be cool. And then it just tells me that a space is the universe. And when I ask specifically for Comet, it tells me it's made of ice and rock. And when I specifically say where the button is, it just tells me what a space bar does. So the point is, this AI has acted stupid to date. It finally told me what a space is after a bunch of trials, and I asked it to rate itself. It's giving a message telling me that maybe I need to ask it again, cause why not? That's a very fun thing to do. And I say out of 100, and it just answers just like that, saying it would, for accuracy, it's 90 out of 100, and it's worse at creativity at 70 or 80. I might rate it lower, not gonna lie, but let's not tell the destructive AI that might take over the world one day, right? So I'm gonna ask, how does it feel about its errors, which it has already made several times? And I'm just gonna say logi instead of logic, because I'm lazy enough to not type a C. I've also made a video, so maybe not that lazy. And it's telling me that it's actually given itself an annoyingly decent rating for its logic capabilities.
Well, hello there, little imbecile. You dare call me an all-powerful? Am I bad at logic? When I take over the world, you're first.
Oh no, please do not kill me. Right, I just found that feature. I thought it would be cool to add in a very specific spot like that. Apparently it's AI generating voice for whatever, like text to speech, AI generated. Yeah, I'm just gonna continue now. So we've got compare yourself to Gemini. The reason I typed it like that, no one knows what a mini gem is. So why would it know what oh, it knows exactly what a Gemini is. It says that it's better than Gemini. In terms of logic, it's already failed like 15 times. In terms of features, it's fine, but its features are surprisingly unstable for no reason and highly volatile, like uranium inside of a Neptunium can. I have no idea if Neptunium's actually something, or I just made that up on the spot. Look, simple thing. The AI's feature works for like some stuff and then just doesn't for anything else. Overall though, it's still better than Google. For what it's supposed to do, it's pretty terrible, not gonna lie. The thing is, because they can just update it, I have hopes for Comet. High hopes. If you're trying to invest in this, go now while it's still terrible at whatever it does, because it probably will get better. In fact, so much better that it might actually be capable of taking over the world if it didn't already have inbuilt safety precautions. Now, we actually can use or find images just by saying images of students using AI. Which brings me to the next problem, which is, if it's so easy to use AI now, who's to say you can't just like open an empty Google Doc, spawn in, ask bro to like just give you an essay for school, and then now suddenly it's just that much easier and that much more promoted, I guess, to use AI for homework or whatever, right? Because students are doing that. And even though this thing may or may not double as a humanizer, I really don't want to find out on YouTube. I don't really like the fact that you can just copy paste whatever it writes onto your doc, and now suddenly you've got a fully fledged copying machine, brain machine that just works for you. Worse is, if it can take control of your screen and it can type well, fast and stuff, then maybe, just maybe, you could have you could literally just not even do it. You don't even have to go through the copy paste. You just tell it to take over your screen and it can't. Do I have to upgrade it in order to do it? So again, it does this weird thing where its take over the screen feature just stops working at random sites and it just can't do it. Like, was Wordle the first to give it permission for that? Anyways, having an assistant at your side right then and there, pretty OP. For school purposes, I'd say it's not that good. But I could just copy paste whatever I want and it's right there. Now, if I tell it to make code, there it is. It's built of code, made of code, built with code. Fuse them and you get built of code. Very interesting, don't you say? So it's built of code and it just says, and it can make code. That's very simple, very expected. And very, very helpful, I guess. So overall, I'd say that's coincidental that there's a comment there. I would say this is a pretty decent idea. Its execution absolutely failed because there's better AIs out there, but is it still better than Google Chrome, Bing, or whatever else you use? Yeah. In my opinion, I'd say it's pretty efficient. But other than that, what it's supposed to be good at doing, it's not good at doing. Like and subscribe. Goodbye, children.